Okay, so this is the control chart problems. We use the two problems, and you need to go to D2L website and download the Excel file to solve this problem. Again, this is the sample, and as you see here, this is Excel file. I posted the detailed information to explain. This is the step to draw the control chart and make a conclusion. And let's see, this is the sample. Okay, this is pure sample, and the question, is asking the say take the 10 sample, and each sample with a 4 sample size. So you need to really understand the difference between number of sample and sample size. This is important. Number of sample here in this case is 10. We take the 10 samples, and each sample is consists of 4 samples. So that's why item 1 or observation 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the sample size. So we have here 10 sample, number of sample, but sample size is 4. Why we have a sample size? Because we want to know the sample mean and range for each sample. So that's the sample mean, which is x bar. So simply we use the average function to find out the each sample mean. And once we find the sample mean of each sample, then you can drag they actually connected to the chart, so it automatically show the sample mean. And this is a sample. We have 10 sample, and each sample has the 4 sample size. So we take the sample mean, right, which is x bar. And then range, because we do not know the standard deviation, we use the range as the substitute value, which is a maximum value of this sample minus minimum value of this sample. So 0.6. So we copy and drag. This is the in our chart linked to this one. So this is the sample mean, which is our x bar chart, and this is our chart, which is range value. And you have to calculate the x double bar, which is a mean average of all the sample mean. Okay, average of all the sample mean is x double bar, which will be included in this formula of upper and lower control limit for x bar. Again, average value, average function of all the sample mean. This is the target. This is the actually central line for x double bar, the x bar chart. And the R bar is the average value of all the range value. Okay. So step 1, find the number of samples and sample size. We did. And calculate sample mean, which is x bar for each sample, and the range value, maximum minus minimum. Calculate x double bar and R bar here, which is a central line for x bar chart and R chart. Then now we have to calculate the lower and upper control limit for x bar chart and R chart based on the formula. For this, we have to know what is A2 and D3 and D4. So look at the your factor table in the third spreadsheet, and our sample size is 4, right? It's not the 10. We have to use the 4 and go to the 4 number of observation in subgroup N. This is the sample size. So we have to use these values A2, D3, D4. It's not the 10. not this value, but this value. So copy and go to the problem 1, and we paste the special and use the transpose. Then we find out A2 is 0.373, D3 is 0, and D4 is 2.28. Now go to your, lower control limit, which is the x bar, x double bar, which is this, minus A2 is 0.73 times R bar, which is this. We are actually, making the formula right now. I mean, creating the formula, because I want to link this formula into this chart. So I want to draw this chart. So look at very closely how I draw this chart. And we want to fix these cell, and you may know this one function. In order to fix the cell, we include a $sign before and after this alphabet for each single one, so that the value is fixed here. Okay, so 11.87 is the lower control limit for X bar chart, and we drag it. Just follow me. The same value will be copied, right? Because we fixed the cell. How about the central line? Is the target value, which will be X double bar, will be our central line for X bar chart. Again, we want to fix this cell by having the $sign. So this value will be fixed. Okay, and then I want to copy this and paste it into here, because everything is same except the plus minus sign. So we just change the negative to positive. But that's the difference between lower control limit and upper control limit. So 12.85 will be copied exactly all the way to the sample 1 through 10. As you see here, X bar chart is created because I linked this value. But if we want to create the X bar chart, you have to, so let me show you how to do this. Maybe it will be slightly different based on your version of the Excel. And this is Mac version, so it will be slightly different, but basically that's similar. You can find the chart and line, and any Beijing line, click it, and then go to the select, and just remove that. And what you can do is you can select the sample mean, okay? And then while you are clicking the control button or command button, if you use the Mac, you have to select this range. So you have to select the sample mean first, and while you are clicking the control button or command button if you use the Mac, and you select this range altogether. So technically this sample mean, sample 1 through 10, and lower control limit all the way to upper control limit, this value should be selected at the same time. Then click OK. You see that this is the sample mean, this is the control central line, which is the x double bar 12.36 around here, and upper limit and lower limit. You see that the sample mean is well fluctuating within this upper and lower control limit. So this process is in control and should be fine. And this is the X bar chart, which is a sample mean. Then you can use the R chart. Lower control limit can be found based on the formula D3 times R value, R bar. So D3 is the here times R bar is the 0.67. We want to fix this cell again. So 0 should be copied all the way. Okay? And then central line is the R bar. Again, want to fix the cell by adding the dollar sign and copy. The same value will be copied. And then upper control limit is D4 times R bar. And we want to fix the cell again, adding the dollar sign. So 1.53. Because I linked to the chart, it automatically creates the chart, R chart. This is the variability, which is range value, and the upper limit, central line. Central line is the R bar, right? So 0.67, and then this is a lower control limit. Again, if we want to, create the chart, you can go to the chart line, Bayesian line, and then select. And then again, you have to select the range first. And at the same time, while clicking the command button if you use Mac, or control button if you use any Windows, you have to select the lower control limit, central line, upper control limit, sample 1 through 10. This should be selected at the same time. That creates the R chart. Again, this is well fluctuating based on the upper lower control limit and along this central line. So it is in control, process is in control. You have to look at how to interpret pattern in control chart in order to make a conclusion. The normal behavior, as I said, is well fluctuating along the central line and we should be within upper and lower control limit. If there is any, out, the above the upper limit or below the lower limit, or two plot are near upper control or very near to lower control, or something like that. If any trend, either direction, these are not good, need to be evaluated and take a corrective action. The normal behavior is simply fluctuating along the central line. Should be within upper and lower control limit. Okay, that's the problem 1.